Hello there engineers, how are you? I've coming at you today with another behind the scenes video, so I hope you enjoy it, and once again thanks for the support. Okay, so today I want to talk a little bit about cleaning the locomotives. Now as you can see, because I have them out on shelves like this, there is a little bit of a problem with dust building up on them, as you can probably imagine. And I get loads and loads of comments about this from people, perhaps less informed people, saying really you ought to keep your locos in their boxes. And yeah, that's true. I think the boxes are probably the best way to protect their locos. However, as you probably know, I put out loads of videos every single week, hours of footage every single week, showing tens if not hundreds of my locos if we're lucky. And so having them in their boxes would be a nightmare. It would mean I would have to, just to run one loco, I would have to find the loco, bearing in mind I've got nearly 400 of these things. I'd have to find the loco, I'd have to find the right box, I'd have to unpack the loco and put it back in its box again afterwards. It would just completely ruin my my workflow. It would be absolutely ridiculous. So there's no way I can do that. That is just not going to work. It would be better for the locos, but just in terms of the time it would take to get them in and out of their boxes every time I need them for a video, that would be crazy. And imagine a live stream where I've got requests, oh bear with me, I'll go and find the box. So that's not going to work. So what I do is I keep them on the shelves, and up until recently I would just clean them with a paintbrush like this. So this is a paintbrush. It's a used paintbrush. It's important that they're used so that the brushes aren't too bristly. And I would just clean them like this. Now, while I had, let's say 10, 20, 30, maybe even 50 locos or whatnot, that was okay because it doesn't take an awful lot of time to get them off the shelf one by one and very carefully, being careful of the detail, brushing them off like that. But the problem is I've just got a little bit too many now. 300 or 400 engines takes a really, really long time to clean. And it got to the point where I was only able to do it every 6 months because it was a 2-day job just to do it. And obviously the locos were getting dirty, so it meant that I was having to clean them as and when I needed to run them, which meant having a paintbrush on me at all times, and it was a bit inconvenient as well. And obviously the locos have to look good in the videos, otherwise there's no point. So I needed a solution, and I found one. Now you might think this is another April Fool's skit, but it's not. This is genuinely what I did. So I found a tool. It cost me about 20 quid, so it wasn't a huge investment. If it didn't work, it wasn't a huge issue. Let me show you it then. Headphones. If you've got headphones on, I do apologise. Okay, so it's a leaf blower. I'm sorry if that's deafened anybody. Are we okay? Yep, sound levels are okay. So yeah, it's a leaf blower. This thing is very, very powerful. In fact, I only have it on about half the full setting. Now, it's really important that I have the nozzle on here because I actually blew some locos over. I didn't blow them over on the shelves. I put one down on the table and just tried it to see if it got rid of the dust, and it blew the thing across the table. So this nozzle focuses the air a little bit and stops it blowing the locos apart. And it also gets the dust off a little bit better. And this is what I do. I just sort of mind your ears. It works pretty good. So you get the picture, that's basically what happens. Now, is this as effective as getting a paintbrush on them? No, probably not. But in the time it would take me to do one clean of every loco with the paintbrush, I could probably do this 10 times, which means that I can do this a couple of times a month rather than every 6 months. And then all it does is it just chucks the dust off into the air, and it eventually settles down onto the carpet, and then I just bring the vacuum cleaner up and vac it all up. And the locos have never looked better. So I can do this every couple of weeks and it works absolutely fine. So would I recommend it if you've only got, 10 locos or something like that? Obviously not. But if you've got a big collection and it's a pain in the neck to keep cleaning it, then I can recommend these. As I say, 20 quid on Amazon. It's very noisy. It stinks when you run it. It really does stink. You need a gas mask normally. Gets very warm. Is it 100% safe? I'm not too sure. It's held together with nuts and bolts, but it is fit for purpose and it works. All right, well, there we go. That's how I clean my locos. I've been doing this for perhaps 6 months now, and the locos are spotless. The room's clean. I can dust the room with it. And yeah, it works pretty good. So there we go. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. It's a bit goofy, but genuinely, that's how I clean the locos, and it does work.